How's it going, everyone? It's your boy Big D here, and it's time to review Avengers Age of Ultron. This is a spoiler review, so if you have not seen the movie, get up off your ass and go see the movie, man. This is for people who have seen the movie, so again, you have been warned. I'm going to spoil a lot, well, basically everything in this movie. I'll put a link down below to my non-spoiler review. I have that, but please, I gotta explain real quick, guys. I saw Avengers Age of Ultron Thursday night. The pre-screening and everything, like the before Friday, everyone goes to it, the true Marvel fans, everyone clapping and everything. And I got home, and I was tired. Sometimes the computer works, gets me pissed off, so I was trying to do my video as best as I can. And I gave Avengers Age of Ultron an A-. That was an hour after I saw the movie. My mind has changed because I've seen it a second time. I've seen Age of Ultron 2 times already. Pretty sure you guys have seen it even more. So, it's Sunday right now. I saw it yesterday again, Saturday. So, I got to learn more about it. Got to see things I missed. And overall, here are my pros and cons of my new score for Age of Ultron, which you guys will hear in a minute. And then, after I do my score, I'm going to go through each and every character and tell you what I liked about them, what I didn't, how I felt about them in Age of Ultron, and maybe possibly I'll say where I want to see them go in the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and where I think I'll see them next. So please, sit back, get your popcorn, get a drink, man, get ready for a very fun, exciting time here with the Age of Ultron spoiler review. First off, I'm going to get my pros real quick with Age of Ultron, and then I'll get, spoilery with it and everything. First off, no doubt about it, man. The action in this movie, Joss Whedon does it so freaking well. And the ending battle, I mean, the whole thing where Ultron just gets Sokovia and he wants to create a meteor out of this chunk of Sokovia, and he wants to throw it down and basically extinct the Earth and make, humans new again. That's so freaking crazy, man. Just the epic scale of that battle, man. You think the Avengers, where they're fighting the Chitauri and everything, you think that was an epic battle? This is an epic battle, man. Which I'm going to say, I love the Avengers one, and it's freaking amazing. And the fight choreography, both Avengers have great choreography and fighting. But overall, I do got to say, Captain America has the best fighting in this movie overall. I'm a Captain America guy, and just, it reminisces me back to Captain America the Winter Soldier. It brings me back to that, where he's fighting and throwing the shield, and just the action overall is pretty freaking amazing. Now, the first battle scene where they're in the snow and everything, the Hydra base, and that was really cool. It did kind of felt rushed in a way, it just felt too cheesy and too rushed. It was still cool. I mean, you see Thor jumping and he's like, oh, and he's hitting in the hammer and everything, and it looks so CGI when he's like, oh, CGI his body flying, woo, 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 woo. But it's still cool, and you're like, yes, the Avengers, we're back, baby. It has that moment where you're like, this is I've been waiting for this for so long. Here it is, and it does not disappoint. So overall, the action still, I'll get more into, Ultron's fighting and everything later, but still the action is pretty damn awesome. Paul Bettany as the Vision is a pro, man. When the Vision appeared, everyone clapped, man. Everyone was just like, this is the first time the Vision is introduced, and he's already he's a star, man. He is amazing, and I love it. I love the practical effects on him, the makeup, the way that Paul Bettany plays him, so Shakespearean. I just love the look of the Vision, and I love the soul gem that's on it. I believe that's the soul gem. Don't get me mixed up on that. I love his look on that. He looks really cool, really fun, and I don't know. Just Paul Bettany is the right choice for the Vision. He's cool, and I want to see more of him. I wish he was in Age of Ultron a lot longer, but for what we had with him, he's really cool, and I'll get to him when I talk about the characters. The opening battle scene was really awesome. Again, felt kind of rushed, and the way Baron von Strucker got defeated was kind of just so cheesy in a way, where Captain America hits him, and he's like, oh, I'm down. Of course, we know he wasn't going to be super strong, but I mean, he could at least be a little better of a foe. The cameos, Stan Lee, man, that Stan Lee cameo was pretty freaking awesome. Is it the best Phase 2 cameo? Let's see, Iron Man 3, it was an okay cameo. I mean, I'm not going to really base cameos good or bad. I really do like the Captain America Winter Soldier cameo, and I think that's probably my favorite one out of Phase 2 so far. I guess we'll see, because he is confirmed to do an Ant-Man cameo. He's already filmed it, so I guess we'll see how that goes when that comes around. The music in this, man, I believe Danny Elfman. Don't get me wrong. Don't quote me on that. Danny Elfman did the score just like he did Avengers 1. You know, dun 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 dun. You know that whole Avengers theme. I love it. I hope they do that back for Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2. Just that music. It's so beautifully done, and some shots like that epic 360 shot, like how they did in the Avengers 1 and now Avengers Age of Ultron, how they filmed it and how the music goes. There's not even, I don't think there's no music for that scene, or I think there is. It's hard to explain. I've seen it 2 times and I still don't know much about that part. It's still beautifully done, and I think the music makes a movie, man. It brings the emotion to it, or the when Hulk's listening to that opera. I mean, the music brings so much to the movie. You gotta keep that in perspective. Again, the ending battle was so large, so epic. It's better than the Avengers 1 ending battle. For the ending battle, I mean, Iron Man 3 didn't have that much of an epic ending. Thor didn't have that much of an epic ending battle. Captain America the Winter Soldier had a pretty epic battle at the end. And Guardians of the Galaxy, it had a pretty cool space rocket battle at the end. But this one, I mean, this is the effects and the CGI that goes into this, which is my next thing, is the CGI, the effects, you know, the whole graphics or whatever you want to call it, just all that. That's a lot of work for the team, man. That's a lot. And there are some times where the effects are a little bit fuzzy, because I've seen it in IMAX and I've seen it regular, so I do see that, okay, some of these effects are a little bit fuzzy, like they're not completely rendered. Not as bad as Transformers Age of Extinction. Like, it didn't make me go like, oh, this is crap, what are we doing? What's wrong with you, Joss? What's the problem? No, I didn't do that. But still, there are some scenes where it's a little bit fuzzy, and I'm like, okay, move on with my life type of thing. But still, still the CGI looks pretty freaking amazing, and just the way that I mean, this is on screen. Is this real? Are we actually watching this? That's just so cool about it. Andy Serkis as Ulysses S. Claw, I believe that's his name, or S in the middle. Andy Serkis, you know, I'm really afraid of cuttlefish, you know. So if you're gonna mess around with my mind and all that, like he tried to do the Australian voice, or I mean, he did it. Andy Serkis just is amazing. You want a candy? I just love it. I only work with the boss, so if your boss is around, I will talk to him. I can't wait to see Andy Serkis in Black Panther. I think he's going to be the main villain, Ulysses Claw. At least that's an origin. Not really an origin, but at least he got introduced in this movie. That was really cool, and I was really proud about that. And I wish we saw Andy Serkis a little bit more, because at the end, the last words we heard him say was, kill them. Or he's like, shoot them. Which ones? All of them. And then that's it. That's basically Andy Serkis' character. So we'll see where he goes after this and in Black Panther. I'm very super excited for Andy Serkis and that he got the part. James Spader as Ultron. Is he the greatest villain in the MCU? No. Is he the greatest of Phase 2 villain? The Winter Soldier was more scary than Ultron. I'm sorry. James Spader did a fantastic job. I'm a huge fan. I do watch The Blacklist. He's sexy as Ultron, man. The motion capture that he did do some motion capture, and he did the voice, obviously, the voiceover. Great voiceover work, man. Very fantastic, and the best for that of the MCU so far for voice work. But he's not that... He's a cool villain, yeah, but... I'll get to my cons on this, but... I think Ultron had the potential to be something huge, something scary, something menacing, and then he was sarcastic and ha ha ha. Oh, children, that's right. Like, yeah, I laughed, but not at all the jokes. Some of the jokes were just like, just what happened to the, you're all not worthy. There is only one path to peace, your extinction, you know? Be menacing, be like, I will kill the Avengers. I will make this world anew. But no, it's kind of like, haha, yeah, Wanda, Pietro, I've read your file. It's just like really awkward, man. Just not awkward, but I wish he was more serious than funny, because the whole Ronan breakdancing thing in Guardians, that was cool. But then it kind of brought like, oh, he's not serious. And then, there's just Winter Soldier was full on. He never did jokes or anything. He was full on serious. And I know I hate comparing, but still, I thought Ultron this whole time was going to be like badass. But he was. He just, I would have pictured him different. Is all I'm saying. But he's still fun. The post credit scene with Thanos, it doesn't get better than that. Fine, I'll do it myself. And the teases of what's to come overall, that was just super freaking exciting. And Hawkeye, you could tell Jeremy Renner was like, all right, you're going to give me a bigger role this time, and if you don't, well, then I'm out. I'm out, mate. I'll leave my contract. So, even though when he's kind of like, oh, yeah, I'm glad that Joss gave me a bigger role. You know, he demanded it. He was like, you're going to give me a bigger role. And I want more money. You could tell that he did that, and that's a good thing. I don't care. I mean, I'm glad that Jeremy Renner had a bigger role. I think Hawkeye's character was more emotional, more intense. It brought more human to the character, and we got to know a little bit more. I mean, I never knew he had kids. I never knew he had a wife. It looks like that mocking bird is out of the way for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. character. Let me get a drink real quick, guys. Hold on, give me a sip. All right, so now to my cons, and then I'll do my score, and then the characters. Ultron himself, like I said, I'm a big fan of him. And Ultron's origin was rushed. It was super rushed. I was kind of like, literally, like 25 minutes or 30 minutes into the movie, he already has like an upgraded body. And I get that, like, he made his body real quick with all the other android bodies and all that. But still, like, I thought you were going to evolve really slow, but no, he just went to his like form like, oh, this is it, now I need vibranium. So that was kind of like, wow, are you really serious? I mean, are we really doing this? Also, pros real quick, the Wakanda, the locations where they shot, Korea and Wakanda, and also the Hulkbuster versus Iron Man scene, that was freaking amazing. Now back to my cons. So they never showed Hulk transform into the Hulk. They only showed him go down like once or twice. Like, I felt like Hulk wasn't in this movie half of the time. I'm kind of mad again that they're making me angry that they didn't show him transform. It's kind of like we've waited since 2012 to see the Hulk in action, and then basically you show him in action, but yet you just underuse him in a way where we wanted to see more of him. We wanted to see a little bit more. Yeah, we got a lot of Bruce Banner. We got more Bruce Banner than Hulk, which is kind of a good thing, kind of a bad thing. You could have balanced it 50-50 at most. Killing Von Strucker, man. Baron Von Strucker. Again, they made us think, or I guess I thought in Winter Soldier that, okay, in the news, Baron Von Strucker is going to appear in Age of Ultron. I think he's going to be not the big villain, obviously, because it's Ultron, but he's going to be like a 30-40% villain. And no, he just dies like 15 minutes into the movie. Actually, well, he's only on screen for like less than 5 minutes. Really, like 3 minutes he's on screen, and that's it. This is the age of miracles. And then they just basically kill him. I was like, wow. We'll stop them, but they are the Avengers. Guys, let's talk it out. Alright, good talk. No, it wasn't. I love that. Quicksilver's death. Aaron Taylor Johnson, man. I was super excited to hear that he was Quicksilver. What, you didn't see that coming? But I'm angry that he died. I'm like, wow, what a waste of a character. And it's still in the theater. People were like, oh, sad. And sadly, like 2 weeks before I went to go see the movie for the first time, I heard on Facebook and all that, Quicksilver died because, it came out in the UK and everything. And I was like, wow, thanks for the spoilers, guys. And so I kind of saw it. I already saw it coming, so it wasn't a surprise to me. And I was just like, oh, dude, that sucks. I think Aaron Taylor Johnson played a good Quicksilver. Is he better than Evan Peters? No, Evan Peters still is a better Quicksilver, but definitely Quicksilver has a better look. This is a more cooler look. The outfit he has and the accent is more better than Evan Peters. I just gotta say, because Evan Peters is a little bit overrated, man. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Also, there are a lot of plot holes. There are like over 6 or 7 good plot holes in this movie, man. Like a scene where Thor and Eric go to those waters, and they don't even explain it that well. I guess we're gonna have to wait for Thor Ragnarok to explain it to us, but still. I mean, they cut a lot out. Joss Whedon cut about an hour of footage from this movie, and most of it's gonna be on the Blu-ray, DVD, extras and all that, mostly Blu-ray. But gosh, I mean, there's such a lot of plot holes. It felt like the editing just wasn't on it, man. It's like Josh got tired and he was just like, all right. Like, the editing wasn't that great. Like, I'm not talking about, like, between scenes, but I'm saying, like, okay, we're going to go to this story now. We're going to go to that story. We're going to go to this story. And that was basically it. And I was like, no. Like, Thor just appears out of random, and then he puts lightning to the Vision. Like, he saw the Vision and everything. Like, not the Vision, but the Vision in his head and everything about the gems and everything. But really, like, Thor just comes out of nowhere, and he's just like, oh, and puts lightning, and it's just like, and then he leaves out of random, and then Captain America is kind of having those moments, and then it never shows Haley Atwell again, and, you know, it's kind of just one of those where there's a couple plot holes, and then there's just a couple scenes that don't mix well, where there's, you know, it was good. All scenes are good in this movie. They are, but again, you know what I'm saying. You got to get that little taste up in there. It was slow in the middle. Like, when they went to Hawkeye's farm and everything, it wasn't boring, but it was slow. And definitely when Nick Fury got introduced, it was kind of like, really, Nick Fury's in the barn and everything. And, you know, I love Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, and I hope to see him a lot more in other Marvel movies. But still, everyone's like claps when Nick Fury's on screen. I'm like, dude, it's just Samuel L. Jackson. Like, we've seen him as Nick Fury before. It's not a huge deal that he's in the movie. It wasn't a shocker. He was in the promotional work. It's not something big. I mean, you've seen him before. Who cares? It's Nick Fury. Cool. But everyone's like, oh my God, Nick Fury. What? Okay. Stop clapping. It's just Nick Fury. Calm down. I mean, his part wasn't even that big, and I knew it was going to be big. I heard he was just going to have a small role, but still, a little bit of a con about Nick Fury. It's just because he didn't really fit well, except when he got in the helicarrier and he was like, "What? She's a little bit dusty, but she'll do." I really enjoyed that. Ooh, Cap, you kissed your mother with that mouth? Yeah, you son of a bitch, Fury. I love that. But that was really cool. And yeah, it's basically it for my pros and cons, and then I'll get to my characters right now. I'm going to give Age of Ultron a B+, an 8.95 out of a 10. It is a great action film, man. It's entertaining. It's popcorn worthy, baby. Not every movie's popcorn worthy. This one is popcorn that drinks the whole 9 yards. This one is amazing to see in IMAX. Check it out in IMAX. See it 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I wish I could see it the third time, but I'm going to wait till it goes to the dollar movies, because you know what? I'm going to save some money, because I don't want to even spend that much money on seeing it again in theaters, because, you know, it's like a lot of money. So, still, really freaking awesome. I'm going to give it a B+. I gave it an A- on my other video, and I only had 2 cons. This I had about like 10, 11 cons. So it took me 3 days to realize, okay, there's a lot more to this movie that I don't like. I like more. So just give me some time, man. Overall, I'm going to talk about the characters real quick and go through them real quick and then end the video. Again, giving it a B+, an 8 out of 10. Very interesting, very fun. I mean, it's not a perfect movie, but still, it's great action, great time at the theater. You're going to have fun. The humor in the movie. It's on the verge of just good to great. But still, the Avengers 1 is still better by a landslide. This one's more serious and dark. Now, first off, I'm going to go with Robert Downey Jr. Tony Stark is Iron Man. This is Robert Downey Jr.'s 5th time playing the character, I believe, by the way. The 5th time. So I'm going to give him really a 7 out of a 10 in the movie. I'm just saying about how the character was. And it does show him get ready for the Civil War character in this movie. And there is a scene where Iron Man shoots Captain America and they fight before Thor comes and, you know, revives Vision and all that. But he's great. Robert Downey Jr. is great, obviously. He has the funny humor in here. He brings it back. And the thing is, it doesn't focus much on Tony Stark at all in this movie. And I like how he opens the door and he's like, please be a secret door. Yay! That was really cool. And just the humor, again, how he brings it. And there's a little evil Tony Stark in here, man. There's just a tad of evil we see and how he could be a villainous role. And just the temper against Cap again. So I'm going to give Tony Stark a 7 out of 10 for this movie for Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Age of Ultron, not of the MCU, just for Age of Ultron, a 7 out of 10 for Iron Man. And his action in here, the effects of Iron Man, the blasters and everything, nothing new really. We've seen his armor except when he was in the Hulkbuster. Really cool effects, really cool choreography also. Next up is Chris Hemsworth. Oh, obviously, the next place we're obviously going to see Iron Man is in Civil War. So I'll make a separate video on where the characters where I want to see them go. I'm just gonna go to how they were in the movie. Chris Hemsworth, aka Thor, he was funny in this movie again. You're all not worthy, and then how he does his facial reactions, and he's just awesome overall in the action, and how he uses the hammer, and how he works with Vision, and how he works with other characters. This is Chris Hemsworth's 4th time playing Thor. I'm gonna give Chris Hemsworth an 8 out of 10 for playing Thor in this movie. He was very good. Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, he was good too. This is the 2nd time playing Hulk. Next time we'll see Thor is probably around Thor Ragnarok. We'll be seeing probably the Hulk in Infinity War, so around 2018. No Hulk transformation. I was kind of sad about that. I kind of like the love story. I kind of don't. It's kind of forced everything. He was underused, and the ending battle, I didn't get to see him a lot in the ending battle, though, because he was kind of wandering around. So I'm going to give the Hulk a 6 out of 10 in this movie. And the building in Wakanda, when Iron Man threw him through the building and it exploded and everything, that was a little bit too much. That was a little bit too much. Really too much. Chris Evans as Steve Rogers, aka Captain America. This is his 4th time playing Captain America. Best fighting scenes in this, and he was a leader in this movie. That's the reason Captain America is a leader. And I love the outfit. It's basically a Winter Soldier. A few upgrades in the outfit. And the flashback with Haley Atwell, the fight against Ultron when he's fighting in the highway. Very well done. So a 9 out of 10 for Captain America. We'll be seeing him next in Captain America Civil War, which is out next year. Scarlett Johansson, Natasha Romanoff, a.k.a. Black Widow. This is her 4th time playing Black Widow. I love her new outfit. They only showed a little bit of the flashbacks. I kind of wish they showed a little bit more of hers, because I thought they were going to focus more on that. But I do like her motorcycle was cool and her weapons that she had. So overall, a 7.5 out of 10 for Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow. Next time we'll see her will most likely be Civil War. So don't count on it, but most likely, probably. Jeremy Renner as Clint Barton, a.k.a. Hawkeye. We'll see him most likely 70 to 80% chance that we'll be seeing him in Civil War. I love the character focus that he had and the new outfit he has. The outfit's pretty badass, and the humanity that Jeremy Renner brings and the writing Joss Whedon did for him. An 8 out of 10 for Hawkeye. James Spader as Ultron. He's funny, sarcastic. The looks he had, the CGI. Not much menacing overall. Still Iron Man chasing him right after Andy Serkis' character was introduced was kind of cheesy because it took him like 7 minutes to capture him, and then all you had to do was blow him up. But still, a really rushed origin. James Spader's still freaking awesome as Ultron. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Sam Jackson as Nick Fury. The helicarrier scene was very awesome, and he brings a good feeling to it. I'm not going to rate Sam Jackson because he only came out just for so little. So, overall, he was really awesome. The Vision, Paul Bettany, super awesome. 10 out of 10. Just everything about him, every scene he's in, brings so much fun. Humanity, or not humanity, but so much. He's just a cool character to watch. I mean, Paul Bettany is one of those where he's like, I got the bag of money. Don Cheadle, the humor and the action and the scenes with Tony, man. When it reminisces to Iron Man 2 when he's with Tony, and I can't wait to see Don Cheadle, and most likely he'll be in Civil War. He'll have a part in Civil War. I'm assuming because he's a new Avenger. So he's great, man. Aaron Taylor Johnson as Quicksilver. He's cool. His outfit, the look, the accent was really cool for me, but I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10, but still he died, and I was like, God damn it, Jules, you could have killed off, I don't know, you could have killed off someone else besides him, but who else? Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch, an 8 out of 10, man. I love her outfit. I love the ending outfit also, and I love her powers and the way that she moves her hands, and her new look at the end, the accent too, was pretty freaking cool. It didn't actually bother me. So an 8 out of 10 for Scarlet Witch. Thank you guys so much for watching my Avengers Age of Ultron review, spoiler review. I'll see you all for Ant-Man. Holy crap. I'll be doing an Ant-Man spoiler review in July and Fantastic Four in August. My next spoiler review that I will be doing for a movie, and please subscribe, guys, to see more of these spoiler reviews. I like doing these. I'm sorry it took me 20 minutes to review it, but gosh, it's super exciting, ain't it? I'll see you guys for Mad Max Fury Road. I'll be doing a spoiler review on that as much as I can, even if I understand the movie at all. Furiosa. Anyway, hit that like button if you enjoyed it and enjoyed my Avengers Age of Ultron spoiler review. And if you enjoyed the movie itself, man, comment down below. Let me know what was your favorite part of the movie. What are your pros? What are your cons? Did you like Quicksilver? Who was your favorite character? Overall, out of all the characters, the top 3 characters for me is Captain America, The Vision, and this is going to sound kind of silly. Man, actually, I really do like Elizabeth Olsen, but I'm gonna give Hawkeye, Captain America, and the Vision my top three characters for the movie. I just love again the central part on Hawkeye and the effects, the action overall. B plus. Thanks again, guys, for watching. See you all for the next one. May the Spock be with you always.